Welcome to the West Bridgewater Middle Senior High School graduation ceremony for the class of 2026. Would you all please rise and join me in a moment of silence to recognize those brave men and women serving our country, those who have fallen, and for your own personal thoughts. Please remain standing. Would members of the choir please come forward? Our national anthem will be performed by the Middle Senior High School Choir. Then please remain standing for the pledge to the flag, led by Student Council officers, Co-Vice Presidents Jag Garces and Natalie Menton, Secretary Natalie Raposa, and Treasurer Presley Soares.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Good evening, Superintendent Bardwell, members of the school committee, Board of Selectmen, Senator Driscoll, faculty, staff, family, and friends, and most importantly, our graduates. I would like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2026. I am proud to introduce the class officers and other honorable student leaders of the class of 2026. Would these students please stand when I call your name? President Aidan Musari, Vice President Jag Garces, Secretary Thomas Polidori, Treasurer Benjamin LaGrice. Students wearing blue and gold cords and tassels have been inducted into the National Honor Society. This represents excellence in academic performance. Special recognition to officers, President Armani Baptista Pereira, Vice President Thomas Polidori, Secretary Natalie Menton, Treasurer Alyssa Catino. Would all members of the National Honor Society please stand for recognition? The wearing of yellow and red cords is to recognize induction into the Spanish Honor Society on the basis of outstanding achievement in Spanish. Special recognition to co-presidents Chidera Agomo and Jag Garces, co-vice presidents Genesis Hueso and Cameron Milka. Secretary Philomena Spoor, and Treasurer Anthony D'Agostino. Would all members of the Spanish Honor Society stand for recognition? The wearing of red, white, and blue cords is to recognize induction into the French Honor Society based on outstanding achievement in French. Special recognition to officers, President Jaden Soares, Vice President Thomas Polidori, and Secretary Aidan Musari. Students wearing pink cords have been inducted into the Tri-M Music Honor Society. Special recognition to Officer Secretary Philomena Spoor. Would all members of the Tri-M please stand for recognition? Students wearing royal blue and gold cords have been inducted into the International Thespian Society based on sufficient quantity and quality of work in the theater arts. Would all members please stand for recognition? I would like to take a moment to thank the senior class advisors, Mr. Hyde and Mrs. Macmillan, for their dedication to the senior class. They deserve a round of applause. They did a lot for these kids. Thank you to Mr. Hanna, Mrs. DiLorenzo, and Mrs. Waller for all their hard work and assistance in setting up this ceremony and the senior-related activities. Ms. Mishley should be commended for working with our student speakers. Thank you to Mr. Asik and his crew for recording tonight's ceremony, and Mr. Collins and AJ Collins for all their help with the sound this evening. Mr. Nebrager and his staff should be recognized for all their help in setting up for the ceremony. I say this every year, and I will continue to say it. It takes a village, and I am so grateful to work with the very best. At this time, I would like to call upon Mr. Mark Bodwell, Superintendent of the West Bridgewater Public Schools, to come to the podium for his welcome address message to the class of 2026.
Good evening to our guests, school, town, and state officials, staff, family members, friends, alumni, and most of all, the class of 2026. Tonight, we gather to recognize hard work, perseverance of the achievements of the class of 2026. 12 years in West Bridgewater, you have distinguished yourselves in academics, athletics, the arts, leadership, and service to others. This evening is not only a celebration of your accomplishments, but also the community that has supported and encouraged you along the way. Success is never achieved alone. Every graduate seated here tonight has benefited from the guidance and encouragement of family members, teachers, coaches, mentors, and friends. I would especially like to thank all of our educators and staff whose dedication and commitment help create opportunities for students to grow, learn, and succeed each and every day. Tonight, as you look around, you are surrounded by people who care deeply about you. For many families, it feels like yesterday they were dropping you off for your first day of school. And now here we are, celebrating your graduation. The people here tonight, and even those who could not be here, believe in you and support you. Surround yourself with people who encourage, challenge, and inspire you, and never forget to show gratitude to those who have helped you along the way. Although I loved serving as high school principal for 10 years, I now embrace my role as superintendent because it allows me to see students grow from preschool all the way through graduation. And honestly, there may be no better job in the world than one where you can high-five kindergartners in the morning and then speak to graduating seniors that same evening. From your first day of school to the Wax Museum, Nature's Classroom, school plays, concerts, athletics, and countless other moments, we have watched you grow over the years. Together, your families, teachers, and this community have helped prepare you for this moment, and you are ready. Over the past 2 years, I've had the opportunity to meet regularly with students across all 4 schools through student roundtables. These conversations remind me of something important. Your voice matters. Now, more than ever, we need young people who are willing to lead with courage, compassion, and integrity. Do not be bystanders. Do not simply follow the crowd. Be leaders. Be brave enough to stand up for what is right, to use your voice, and to treat others with kindness and respect. And that voice comes with responsibility. Use it to encourage others, to build people up, and to create communities where people feel valued and respected. As you move into the next chapter of your lives, you'll discover that success is measured far more than accomplishments, titles, or recognitions. In the end, the way you treat people and the impact you have on others will matter most. A friend and colleague of mine once said, "Please remember that kindness always wins, joy is essential, people matter most, and how we treat others is the clearest indicator of who we are." In a world that can often feel divided or disconnected, continue to value relationships and human connection. Be present, listen to others, take the time to understand different perspectives, and build communities where people feel welcome, respected, and valued. Each of you has unique gifts and the ability to make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. As you leave West Bridgewater, carry forward the values that define Wildcat Pride: passion, respect, ingenuity, determination, and empathy. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. It's truly been an honor and a privilege to watch you grow into the young adults you are today. No matter where life takes you next, West Bridgewater will always be part of who you are. As you begin this next chapter, embrace every opportunity, every challenge, and every possibility that lies ahead. And so I leave you with these words from Dr. Seuss in "Oh, the Places You'll Go." Kid, you'll move mountains. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Mr. Bodwell. It is my pleasure to introduce the academic leader of the class of 2026, Jag Garces.
Sorry. Good afternoon, Superintendent Bodwell, Mrs. Page, Mr. Hanna, members of the school committee, faculty, family, friends, and of course, the class of 2026. As I wrote this speech, I couldn't help but reflect on the past 13 years. For the people on this stage, I'm confident we all remember those warm days with popsicles and foot races, just as well as the late nights of studying and arguments over senior assassin. Parents, you likely recall sending us off on our first days of school and watching us grow into who we are today. As we think about our shared experiences, it becomes clear that one place captures it all: Friendship Park. For those who are not familiar, Friendship Park is our local playground. It holds a lot of nostalgia. It's where we left our final moments of recess, and it was a place of comfort where we could be ourselves. Whether we burned our legs on the slide or scraped our knees on the ground, Friendship Park always made a bad day of fractions or state capitals disappear. As I drove by Friendship Park last week, I realized something. Playgrounds offer more than just a fun place for kids. They're a place to learn about life and how to navigate it. Do you remember your first time at a playground? More specifically, do you remember your first time at the top of a slide? Did you feel like you were on top of the world? Were you scared? At the top of a slide, there are a lot of unknowns and uncertainties. However, the quickest and most exciting way down requires that quick moment of courage. Just like in life, there will be moments that make you uncomfortable or appear to be too hard. It is important that you trust yourself, trust your intuition, and take that leap of faith, because without it, there is no way of seizing that opportunity and experiencing the thrill of life's excitement. Now, think about the monkey bars for a second. They are all about taking risks. It's easy to hold on to that first bar with two hands, but the problem is that you cannot move forward unless you decide to gamble and let go. In order to complete the monkey bars, and in order to achieve a goal in life, you must step outside of your comfort zone and reach with confidence, knowing that that next bar is yours to take. But a playground doesn't just teach us how to be courageous. It teaches us that we are not alone. Take the seesaw as an example. It's hard to imagine a playground without a seesaw. And what makes it so special is that you need someone else on the other side. As we grow, it is guaranteed that you would face adversity and pressures from immense responsibilities. And while pressure is a privilege, it doesn't mean you need to face it alone. The seesaw encourages us to lean on our peers, our family, our teachers, and our role models in order to navigate through tough times. So lean on those people, because without them, you couldn't have tackled that slide, couldn't have pushed your boundaries on the monkey bars, or even experienced the ups and downs of the seesaw. While all these lessons allowed Friendship Park to be a haven full of fun, and of course, friendship, all good things must come to an end, and eventually, we all have to leave the playground. At the finish line today, we are all preparing to go our separate ways. Whether it's college, a trade, or the military, our time has come to leave Friendship Park behind. Soon, we will enter different, new, and unfamiliar places. There will be new people, new obstacles, new experiences, and there will be times when things feel too hard, or times when you will need to reach with confidence. Sound familiar? Except this time, no teacher or parent is encouraging you to make that difficult decision. It is up to you to take that leap of faith, and I encourage you all to leap as much as possible. Speaking of parents, I want to take a moment to recognize how important you have been in our lives. You have always been there, cheering us on and giving us the confidence to take on any challenge thrown our way. And while the playground felt scary to us, I know it was just as nerve-wracking for you to watch us climb too high or sprint through narrow tunnels. While that fence around the playground gave you peace of mind, knowing you were safe, life is about to take those boundaries down, and soon you won't always have us in sight. While this may seem worrying, understand that you have shaped us into responsible, independent, and strong individuals who are ready to face whatever lies ahead. Because a world without a fence isn't a safety hazard. It's a world filled with endless opportunities. A place where you could be a doctor, the president, or both at the same time. I'd like to take some time to thank the people who have helped me reach this stage today. To my parents and brother, thank you for always lifting me up on my worst days and pushing me to strive for the highest standards while navigating life with humility and confidence. To my grandparents, thank you for always dedicating your time and taking care of me and molding me into who I am today. To my family, thank you for consistently going the extra mile to support me and help me out. Finally, I'd like to thank my coaches and teachers for constantly challenging me to become a leader and learn as much as possible. Your belief in my abilities and the lessons I've learned throughout my time here will be something I carry with me throughout the journey of life. So, whatever new playground life takes you to, I urge you to step into it, not with fear or hesitation, but with curiosity. Albert Einstein once said, "The important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing." In fact, it is curiosity that sparks learning and creates opportunities that will allow you to transform your new place into a comfortable and fun learning environment. As our final moments in this playground come to a close, I want us all to understand that we are not leaving Friendship Park because it lost its value. We are leaving because we have grown into people prepared to take on bigger challenges. Always remember to stay curious, take chances, and explore. Your new playground will not last forever, but the lessons you learn there will. Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Jag. It is my pleasure to introduce the class president of the class of 2026, Aiden Musari.
Good evening, Superintendent Bodwell, Mrs. Page, Mr. Hanna, members of the school committee, faculty, family, friends, and the class of 2026. Before I continue, I would like to invite everyone to join me in a brief moment of silence to honor our classmate, Natalia O'Connell. Known for her honesty, kindness, and sense of humor, she will be remembered in the glow of the sunsets. Thank you. Most of us began senior year ready for the best year at high school, but little did I know it would come with some of the toughest moments of my life. Although I'm speaking today, I'm not a famous or some perfect role model yet. I'm just a high school senior who happens to be class president. I am also proof that even after rehearsing this 100 times, you won't be any less nervous, so please bear with me. Thinking about giving this speech brought me back to the countless times I walked through this park as a little kid, asking my mom and dad to watch me jump over the streams. Fast forward, I'm standing in this very park, at the podium, surrounded by the people who have always supported me. You know, I could relive the moments we'll never forget, but instead, I want to leave you with something greater, a message that will stay with you long after today. For the past 4 years, we have been climbing, not just climbing through tough classes, assignments, and tests, but climbing a mountain. Some days the climb felt easy, field trips, movie days, chicken flatbreads for lunch. Other days the climb felt steep, exhausting, and never-ending. Midterms, finals, AP tests, days that end in Y. But no matter how hard it became, we kept going. The climb isn't meant to be comfortable. It's meant to challenge you. We worked through failures that taught us more than successes ever could. We climbed through moments of doubt, proving them wrong. Even when it felt like an individual climb, it never really was, because even when we were so focused on our own path, there were always people beside us. Here's what I've come to realize. You don't become a leader at the top. You become a leader when you realize others are climbing too. We talk a lot about leadership like it's something big, like giving a speech on a stage like this, and don't get me wrong, I'm hoping this one goes well. But the moments that actually matter usually don't look like this. They are quieter, unseen, or even forgotten. It's checking in on a teammate after a tough game, helping someone out when no one else notices, or just being there when it counts. Growing up here, it's easy to feel like we know our place. We've spent years figuring things out, finding where you fit, becoming leaders in our own ways. In a town like ours, we've had the chance to be a big fish in a small pond. However, graduation is a checkpoint, not a finish line. What comes next is a bigger climb. New places, new people, new challenges, where we won't always feel as sure of ourselves. And that's a good thing. As we move on, we're stepping into a much bigger world, with different perspectives, different experiences, and different paths. And if we want to keep climbing, we have to stay open to learning, to listening, and to realizing we don't have everything figured out, even if it felt like we did here sometimes. Because the next climb isn't about proving where we've been, or what we have done, or what our biggest achievement might be. It's about discovering who we're becoming. It's about finding ourselves. As we leave here and go our separate ways, whether that be college or careers, we're going to face new mountains, bigger ones, steeper ones, ones that will test us in ways we can't even imagine yet, like going to the doctors alone. So when that happens, remember this. Climb when it's difficult, climb when you're tired, climb when you feel like giving up. But don't forget the most important part. When you reach a ledge, when you find your footing, when you make it just a little higher than before, turn around. Reach back and pull someone else up. Encourage those who are doubting themselves. Be the one who helps them jump over that stream. Be the reason someone keeps climbing. Why? Because one day you'll look back realizing that the greatest achievement won't just be how far you have made it, it'll be how many people made it because of you. Congratulations to the class of 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Aiden. It is my pleasure to introduce class speaker for the class of 2026, Kerry Gomes.
Good afternoon, Superintendent Bodwell, Miss Page, Mr. Hanna, members of the school committee, faculty, family, friends, and of course, the class of 2026. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kerry Gomes. Since last year's graduation ceremony and hearing Samara David's and Abby Matta's speeches, I immediately knew I wanted to write one. After going back and forth deciding which topic I wanted to write, or I should bring up a word advice to give, I realized, how am I, a 17-year-old, 18 and 2 months, fit to advise all my peers? How can I tell you to continue through your future when I don't even know what my future will hold? How can I share the advice you need when I still go to my mom after every inconvenience? So, with the help of around 25 different adults with various life experiences, I asked them the hardest question, or so I've been told. If you could go back and give your 18-year-old self any advice, what would it be? I've compiled my favorite responses into a letter for you, the class of 2026. So without further ado, dear class of 2026, the first people I asked for advice, naturally, were my parents. who both gave very different answers. My dad, who works in the school system and coaches various sports, said, "Stop always focusing on work and take time to enjoy your life, because it is short." We're at an age where the world tells us to rush, find a job, or go to school, then marry, have kids, whatever. Our future is supposedly already set. But as Melissa Leonard says, don't be afraid to try something new. The world is yours, and you have an open script while your future is yours to write. With that being said, don't rush into your future, but take the time to plan and enjoy every moment, like how you have for your senior year. Plan how you did for Senior Assassin, or how in AP Lit we supposedly convinced Miss Mishley the entire class read all the books, which we didn't. But the person you will become is built from moments you never thought to have chosen, my cousin said. We have had some tragedies and disappointments throughout our years, which have shaped the person we are and will become just as much as our happiest moments. Some adults could argue that this is the most important advice to be shared, but as soon as you can, invest in a Roth IRA/retirement fund. I know for sure in the future we will want the financial freedom for our long-term wealth, which means save money now so we'll have more to spend later. As I continued to ask the question of what would you tell your 18-year-old self, to which someone responded, "You were stupid in high school for not trying harder." Anyone want to guess who said that? Okay, stop guessing, it was Joe Catino. I guess he didn't try hard enough in high school. But if you're like him and wish you tried harder, don't let this hold you back. Let it push you to try harder in your next years of school, trade, or the military. Anywhere you go, you'll need to try your hardest, so anything that you do, do it so you have no regrets. As a stranger from Shaw said, shout out to Shaw's Northeastern, life is not fair. Sometimes you make good choices, sometimes you make bad choices, but it all depends on how you react. Lastly, make sure to never waste your time on things and people that don't improve you to be the person that you want to be. As my mom always says, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Build genuine connections and stay connected, because success isn't a solo journey. The people you meet today could be the ones to help you get a job or help you get out of a jam in the future. So make sure to become friends with all the town police officers, because they can get you out of a jam in the future. But overall, listen to the advice from the adults in your life, as they have lived through what we can only imagine. Sincerely, a girl from your grade with the help of people much smarter and wiser than herself. After gathering all the advice from everyone, no matter what background they came from, they all agreed on the same thing, that time moves too fast. I've noticed after 4 years of high school that the younger we are, the older we try to act. We're at the age where we were supposed to have our whole life mapped out, where we feel like the world is pushing us to become something we're not ready yet. But listening to the adults who have experienced more than us, they have shown us that it is okay to slow down and map out your life at your own pace. As someone whose senior year felt like it went by in 3 months, for my future, I know to savor every moment and not race around and cross things off a list. And I hope you all do the same, no matter what age you are. Briefly, I'd like to highlight my mom, who has given me every piece of advice in any situation you can think of. She has helped me create the person that I am today with all her wisdom and inspired me to write this speech. I couldn't be more proud and grateful for her. Thank you to my brother, for although we were forced to do everything together, because we're twins, he still supported me through every milestone we accomplished. Lastly, thank you to my dad for supporting me. I'm grateful for his dedication to sports in my life, which has helped me grow into the athlete that I am today. To my fellow graduates, I'm proud that we have accomplished being able to stand here today, and I'm very grateful to be able to have given this speech today. I hope today goes by slowly, so we can each cherish the accomplishment of being able to walk across the stage while being surrounded by the people we love. Remember to listen to those around you and slow your time down. Thank you all, and congratulations.
Thank you, Kerry. There we go. I would like to invite the members of the choir to come up and sing a musical selection for you.
man, sinner man. Oh, sinner man, sinner man, sinner man. Oh, sinner man, sinner man, sinner man. Oh, sinner man, all on that day. Sinner man, sinner man. Where you gonna run to? Oh, sinner man. Where you gonna run to? Oh, sinner man. Where you gonna run to? All on that day. Run to the rock. It was a burning sun. Run to the sea. It was a warm and run to the moon. It was a clear and all on that day. Run to the Lord. Lord, won't you hide me? Run to the Lord. Lord, won't you hide me? Run to the Lord. Lord, won't you hide me all on that day? And the Lord said, sinner man, you should have been a praying. Sinner man, you should have been a praying. Sinner man, you should have been a praying all on that day. All on that day. Sinner man, sinner man. Oh, sinner man, sinner man, sinner man. Oh, sinner man, sinner man, sinner man. Oh, sinner man, all on that day.
Thank you, choir. Frederick Robinson once said, "Instruction ends in the schoolroom, but education ends only with life." These words have echoed through the hallways long before the class of 2026 arrived, but I don't think they have ever felt more relevant than they do today. For the past 4 years, the faculty and staff have provided the instruction, but as I look out at this class, I realize that the most important lessons you learned here weren't found in a textbook. You learned how to find a voice, how to support a friend or classmate in a moment of doubt, and how to keep going when the world felt uncertain. Today we are closing the door to the schoolroom. It is a bittersweet moment for all of us who have shared special times with you over the years. These moments will live as fond memories that we will carry with us. We are truly proud of the young adults you have become. But remember, your diploma is not a finish line for your learning. It is simply the moment that your education truly begins. It is inspiring to see the diverse paths you have chosen. Some of you are heading to colleges and universities to dive deeper into the arts and sciences. Others are stepping directly into the skilled trades, ready to build, create, empower the world around us. 2 of you have answered a higher calling to serve in our armed forces, dedicating yourselves to a cause larger than you. Whether your next chapter is written in a lecture hall, on a job site, or in uniform, remember that every one of these paths is essential, and every one of you is prepared. You are leaving us today as the class of 2026, but you are entering the world as individuals with varied talents, and life is now your classroom. We cannot wait to see the impact you make. Thank you. I would like to share some of the many accomplishments attained through the growth of knowledge and dedication of the class of 2026. 26 members of the class of 2026 were recognized by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts when they received the John and Abigail Adams Scholarship. This award is based on the students' outstanding performance on the MCAS exams. With seniors receiving this award, please stand for recognition. The class of 2026 continued the tradition of the senior project and did an outstanding job. The projects were rigorous, creative, and incorporated 21st century skills. Would all members of the senior class please stand to be recognized for your participation? The TV studio is an active and integral part of our academic program. Many students participate in the weekly video club and the daily morning news show. Special recognition to the hardworking seniors, crew, Philomena Spohr, Genesis Hueso, Anthony D'Agostino, and Peyton Dorito. Anchors, Leo Selick, Natalie Raposa, Aliana Tevz, Amara DeBella, Peyton Opoku Menza. We continue to have highly competitive athletic teams. Would all senior members of an athletic team please stand for recognition? The Environmental Club works to address issues both in school and in the community. Would members please stand to be recognized? The Senior Spotlight Show was a new event, not new. The Senior Spotlight Show, second year for our seniors and families. Students put on a great show and had a lot of fun. Congratulations to the Senior Spotlight winner, Patrick Stanton. Would all members please stand to be recognized? The Hugh O'Brien Youth Leadership Seminar empowers high school sophomores to develop their leadership talents. Would WB Representative Armani Baptista please stand to be recognized? Many students excelled in music during their tenure here in West Bridgewater. Would all senior band and chorus members please stand? 2 students received the St. Michael's Book Award in recognition of academic success and exemplary community service involvement. Would Thomas Polidori and Philomena Spohr please stand for recognition? 1 student received the University of Vermont Book Award for his commitment to having a positive impact on their communities in pursuit of higher education. Jay Garces, please stand to be recognized. Several seniors participated in the Ski and Board Club. For 6 Fridays, they headed to Wachusett Mountain to ski and snowboard. Would all members please stand for recognition? 1 student was a representative to the town government as the senior legacy representative. Would Benjamin LaGrice please stand to be recognized? 2 students were members of the Student Advisory Committee, who is a liaison to the school committee. Would Cameron Milka and Natalie Raposa please stand for recognition? 4 seniors completed the pilot 2-period paid internship work-based study. Please stand when I call your name. Nathan Nye, Robert Nye, Dylan Panos, and Jake Whittemore. The Drama Club had an outstanding year. Their time, talent, and energy continue to provide West Bridgewater with amazing live theater experiences. This year, members performed The Crucible, Constellations, and Shrek the Musical. Thank you to all who took part behind the scenes and on stage. Would all drama members please stand for recognition? Best Buddies fosters one-to-one friendships between high school students with and without intellectual developmental disabilities. Would all members please stand for recognition? The Step Ahead Club, founded by senior Armani Baptista Pereira, is a mentorship program where upperclassmen guide ambitious underclassmen and middle school students by offering advice, support, and real-world insight to help them achieve their goals and build successful futures. Would all members please stand? The Leo Club is a youth leadership and service program of Lions Club International, where young people work to support their communities through volunteer projects and social impact initiatives. The program helps members develop leadership, teamwork, and service skills while connecting with a global network of youth dedicated to make a difference. Would senior members please stand? The Student Council helps to maintain a positive school culture in West Bridgewater. Special recognition to officers, co-vice presidents Jag Garces and Natalie Menton, Secretary Natalie Raposa, Treasurer Presley Soares. Would all members please stand for recognition? The staff of the West Bridgewater Climber put in a tireless effort to produce an outstanding yearbook. Please stand as I call your name. Amber Bezerick, Alyssa Catino, Braylon Holden, Ariana Lone, Olivia Milton, Samantha O'Neill, Mackenzie Ryan, Presley Soares, Shayna Wallach, and Ada Musari, who drew and designed the yearbook cover. One senior was an MIAA Student Ambassador Representative. Thomas Polidori, please stand to be recognized. Global Citizens is an active group that explores and educates the student body about cultures and practices around the world. Special recognition to President Melody Little, Vice President Lusanda Omeos, Secretary Benisa Tavares, Treasurer Natalie Raposa. Would all members please stand? The Black Student Union is a student organization dedicated to fostering community, promoting cultural awareness, and creating a supportive space for Black students and allies. Its goals are to encourage open dialogue, celebrate diversity, and empower students through education, leadership, and cooperation. Would all members please stand for recognition? Many seniors showed leadership qualities by being selected as an athletic team captain. Would all captains please stand? Field hockey, football, boys cross country teams were champions of the South Coast Conference, and the gymnastics team won the Cranberry League Championship. Would all members of a championship team please stand for recognition? The Model United Nations, once again, an active organization. Special recognition to President and Secretary General Natalie Raposa, Vice President Natalie Menton. The debate team had another outstanding season as they continued to do extremely well in their competitions against other area schools. Would all members please stand to be recognized? Many student athletes were selected as South Coast Conference, South Shore League, Brockton Enterprise, Boston Globe, and Boston Herald All-Scholastics, as well as EMAS All-Stars. Special recognition to South Coast Conference MVP Player of the Year for football, Ty Holmes. Would all SCC All-Stars, SCC Honorable Mention, SCC Sportsmanship, South Shore League, and all scholastics recipients, please stand. Many seniors gave of their time to be a Wildcat leader, working with the middle school students throughout the school year. Would all Wildcat leaders please stand to be recognized? Many students received scholarships at awards night. Over $164,000 was given out to students. Thank you to the Howard Fund, Community Scholarship Foundation, the Class of 2026 Scholarship Fund, as well as additional local scholarships. Would all students who received a scholarship please stand to be recognized? One student won the VFW's Voice of Democracy audio essay contest. Participants write and record a 3 to 5 minute audio essay on a patriotic theme. Would Jordan De Silva please stand for recognition? Two students are entering the armed forces after graduation. Anthony Thrasher, who is entering the Marine Corps, and Ben LaGrice, who will be attending the Citadel Military College of South Carolina. We thank you for your service to our country. The WB Garden Club had a successful year with achievements ranging from fundraising and restoring old patio furniture for our conservatory to weekly care of our outdoor plants. Special recognition to President Ariana Lone, Vice President Amber Bezerick, Secretary Chidera Agomo. The boys basketball team made it to the MIAA Final Four for the first time in school history. Would all members of the team please stand for recognition? Several seniors served on the Superintendent and Principals Council to share their student voices with administration. Would members of both councils please stand for recognition? I would like to take a moment to recognize our outstanding educators and staff. We are blessed to have the most kind, caring, intelligent, and hardworking individuals who are dedicated to our students, school, and community. On behalf of the superintendent, school committee, families, and friends in the class of 2026, would all educators and staff in West Bridgewater please stand to be recognized. On behalf of the faculty and staff, I want to congratulate the senior class for all they have accomplished. While we will miss the moments we shared in our school hallways, we find comfort knowing that you are ready for whatever comes next. You have mastered the instruction. Now it is time to embrace the education of life. Never lose your curiosity, never stop growing, and never forget the foundation you built right here. Class of 2026, your next chapter begins now. Thank you. At this time, we're going to have the presentation of the gavel. I would like to ask Aiden Musari, President of the Class of 2026, and Benjamin Stapleton, President of the Class of 2027, to please come forward for the presentation.
This gavel comes with a great deal of power, responsibility, and leadership. I wish you the best of luck leading the class of 2027. On behalf of the class of 2026, I hereby pass this gavel to the class of 2027 with the hope that you will make your senior year as unforgettable as ours.
On behalf of the class of 2027, I accept this gavel. This gavel represents all the pride and honor that is West Bridgewater Middle Senior High School. We, the class of 2027, would like to congratulate the graduates and wish all of you the very best in future endeavors.
Thank you, Aiden and Benjamin. Mr. Bodwell, I am honored to present to you the graduating class of 2026. At this time, the graduating class will proceed to receive their diplomas. After all students have been called, they will be asked to stand as a pronouncement of their official status is made.
Aiden James Musari, President, Class of 2026. Jag Daryl Garces, Vice President and Academic Leader of Class of 2026. Thomas Robert Polidori, Secretary, Class of 2026. Benjamin Matthew LaGrice, Treasurer, Class of 2026. Carrie Plord Brandow Gomes, Class Speaker, Class of 2026. Alexis Olivia Adenopoulos. Shadera Jennifer Agomo. Bailey Elizabeth Maureen Anderson. Sophia Cristina Banos Gomez. Armani Domingos Baptistas Ferreira. Braden Xavier Bates. Amber Rose Bezerick. Tyler Jonathan Bullock. Rajon Daniel Burks. Larissa Gonçalves Cavallo. Alyssa Caroline Catino. Ariana Mia Colazos. Anthony Gregory D'Agostino. Adriana Isabella Da Silva. Kayla Marie Da Silva. Jada India DePina. Liana Andrea DePina. Peyton Kathleen Dorito. Amara Elizabeth DeBella. Victoria Pauline DiMaggio. Natalie Marie Donovan. Benjamin Michael Dowdle. Rehan Marvins Dumerzil. Jonathan Slater Esterbrooks. Margaret Virginia Farrell. Jennifer Andraja Fernandes. Jason Joseph George. Achilles Plord Brandau Gomes. Sean David Hancock. Evangeline Anastasia Hilchey. Braylon May Holden. Tyler McCall Holmes. Genesis Rebecca Wazo. Elena Grace Jenkinson. Caitlin Riley Kelleher. John Paul Kiesling. Giovanni Noelson Lopes-Fonts. Jasmine Kelly Lawler. Cole Michael LaCornick. Desmond David Lamar. Alice Francis Leslie. Melody Ray Emerald Little. Armani Agustin Lorette. Ariana Elizabeth Lone. Ana Luisa Gialaveda Lopez. Davi Caldeda Lopez. Stanley Marcelin. Aiden James Martin. Giovanni Dominic Mazarais. Ralph Frederick Mizuko. Neve Nicole McCoy. Shane Patrick McHugh. Natalie Elizabeth Menton. Cameron Therese Milka. Olivia Grace Milton. Molly Sarah Rose Mishley. Giselle Eugenia Montrond. Thomas Francis Monroe. Michaela Patrice Nee. Pedro dos Santos Nariz. Ryan Keith Nunes. Nathan Frederick Nye. Robert Everett Nye. Colin Philip O'Neill. Samantha Grace O'Neill. Peyton Jones Opuka Mensa. Dylan Brian Panos. Dustin Christopher Panos. Nico Louis Perdomo. Sean Edward Petrus. Olivia Cheyenne Phillip. Jack Thomas Pimentel. Samuel Matthew Papat. Anna Dorothy Premack. Natalie Matpanya Raposa. Hayden Michael Raza. Lucinda Homeus. Mackenzie Marie Ryan. Christian Jacob Sanchez. Leo Joshua Selig. Mackay Alexander Sheriff. Samuel Jacob Shore. Kelsey Ann Slattery Jewers. Jacob Brian Smith. Presley Lynn Soares. Jaden George Soares Montero. Philomena Chantel Spohr. Patrick Aiden Stanton. Logan Andrew Syrick. Benaisa Semedo Tavares. Eliana Katerina Tevz. Anthony Paul Thrasher. Lamar James Valentina Jr. Shayna Louise Wallach. Matthew James Walsh. Brian Christopher Westerland. Jake Robert Whittemore.
To complete your duties as president, Aiden, please come forward to face your classmates. After the turning of the tassels, we ask that the families remain in your area until the graduates have exited the stands. It is an honor and a privilege to announce that you have completed all requirements set forth by the state of Massachusetts and the district. You are now a graduate of West Bridgewater Middle Senior High School. You may now move your tassel from right to left.
Reach out my hand, oh, Messiah, oh, tell you to run. Move it, say, move it, well, pick